Good evening. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak to you all today. That long introduction really boils down to one thing, and that is that you can influence and maybe even change the world from your sofa using social media. So 4.5 years ago, I had a baby, Joseph. And Joseph was born at 27 weeks gestation, ultimately because I was dying. He was born, and he was about that length. What happened next was he was put in a box. And for 3 weeks, he was in a plastic box, and every day I went to visit him. And then one magical day, a nurse came to me and said, "It's time for Joseph to leave his box." And she took this tiny little thing that looked like a little bird and put him down my top. And it's called kangaroo care. And every day I would go to the neonatal unit and I would take this little baby and put him next to my chest. And I did that for the next 7 weeks. So after 10 weeks, we went home. And that's when things got difficult for me, because I started to realise that we'd been through quite a traumatic situation. And I nearly died, he nearly died on day 5. And it's really difficult to come to terms with that. And what I did was I started to write a blog, not even a bag of sugar. And the blog at first was just my thoughts and feelings about what had happened to us. But it became apparent that I was really lucky that Joseph was born in a well-equipped hospital with brilliant staff. And for many women in the world, they wouldn't have got that far. Millions of premature babies die every year. And there are some really simple solutions. This act, it's estimated, can save 475,000 babies a year by taking them out of a dirty cot and sticking them on their mother's chest. That's free. And you know what's really telling is that these babies are dying because we've just killed them. We've gone into these communities and said, "Oh, don't do that with your babies. They need cots, they need incubators." We've gone into countries like Malawi, which has the highest preterm birth and death rate in the world, and stopped them from caring for their babies the way they want to and the way their instinct tells them to. And we haven't provided them enough incubators or hot cots. We haven't even given them running water or electricity. We've de-skilled them. So once I started blogging, I started sharing on Twitter, and I'm really nosy, and social media works much better if you're nosy. So I found out who the big players were, and I talked to them. I've written for Bill Gates, I've written for The Independent. I'm just a mummy blogger, but I have influence, and all of you do too, by being nosy, getting on social media, and working out who's who, and sharing your story. Whatever that story is, whatever that issue is that you want to change, you can do it. And now my hair is purple because it's World Prematurity Day on Sunday, and we wear purple for preemies. And I would invite all of you to join me if you're on Twitter and see me around with my purple hair and share those stories. But most of all, what I want you to do is, if there's that burning issue that just won't leave you alone, it's what you think when you're trying to get to sleep at night, it's what your dreams are made of, do something with it. Don't just sit there and think, "I'm not a politician, I can't do anything." Because now, with the way the world is changing, you can change the world through the use of social media from your sofa. Thank you very much.